Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Diamond Chat, courtesy of Dr. Karen Kramer in Grafton. Tim Alcorn with AM 930 WEOL, Shaun Bennett with the Chronicle Telegram, and Bruce Bishop from the Chronicle Telegram as well. Great to have you with us for another edition of Diamond Chat as we continue to chat about what's going on the Diamonds, be it softball or baseball. Shaun? Tournament time has arrived. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and certainly some big performances to talk about as well.
Yeah, it's fun. It actually feels like tournament time. There's some sunshine out there. It's somewhat warm. I mean, it depends on where you're at. There's some winds in some areas, but yeah, it actually feels nice to actually get out and cover some events now because you're not all bundled up with rain and sleet and wind and snow hitting you in the face. So yeah, it's good time of the year.
Well, earlier this week, the weather did wreak havoc with schedules. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. But as you and I sit and tape this, I think we're good to go, and I think everything's going to get in this week.
Yes. Knock on wood, fingers crossed. Let's not tempt the Ohio weather gods because they'll change sunshine to snow in about a blink of an eye there. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's play. All right,
Good.
Bruce, speaking of let's play, let's play the game. Here we go. You're going to fire some topics at us, and Mr. Bennett and I will do the best we can within a minute to answer your questions.
Yeah, and if you go over a minute now, you're paying with an air horn this time. We're not playing around. We're very, very serious. Very serious. Okay, so we're starting off with polls today. We have 2 teams at the top and 7 total in the list, so let's get started with that.
Yeah, I'll start on the baseball side. Boy, a nice week poll-wise as far as the AP poll was concerned. Congratulations goes out to the Amherst Comets. When you are ranked number 1 in the state of Ohio, that is quite an honor. So Amherst, indeed, the number 1 team in the state in the latest AP poll in Division I. Head coach Matt Rossitano and his entire program has to be very, very proud of that. So a great job by the Amherst Comets, number 1 in Division I. In Division II, the Firelands Falcons under their head coach Dan Ransom, another team that is putting together an outstanding season and a great program being established over at Firelands. How about number 3 in the state of Ohio in Division II? So a great campaign being put together by the Firelands Falcons. In Division III, you've got Elyria Catholic coming in at number 7. Bruce Lisicki and his program, year in and year out, they're always atop the conference and certainly do well in the polls. So EC at number 7. And coming in at Division IV, number 3, Lake Ridge. So a great job by all 4 of those teams.
Yeah, awesome to see one in each division for the baseball. In softball, we have 3 teams. They've been trending all year. They've been state-ranked all year, and they're still there. Elyria is number 8 in Division I. They have a first-place vote as well. So they've been kind of sitting right there in either middle to in the lower half of that pack. And obviously they feel that they'll probably move up if they get running here in the postseason. Keystone, number 1 in Division II. I think they've been there every single poll this season. This week, they had all 10 first-place votes, so they picked up all the first-place votes in Division II. Wellington is number 6 in Division III. That's up, I believe, a couple spots from last week, so they're kind of moving as well. All 3 of the state-ranked softball teams are still alive in the postseason as well, so that's good to see. And then kind of a special one that went on the Ohio high school softball coaches page. They had an all-academic polls released today, awards. Open Door. Number 1 academic softball team in Ohio with a 3.88 unweighted GPA, their team GPA. So kind of nice to see the Patriots showing up in a little bit different kind of poll there.
That is really cool. I had not heard of that. So obviously, if there's any errors made by Open Door, they're going to be physical errors, not mental errors.
That's right. They are mentally tough. So,
well, congratulations to the Lady Patriots. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so the one thing that we're running up against now, these games are coming fast and furious. I think, 7 games today or something. So there's a lot of turnaround on this and a lot of chance for us to fall behind. But we're going to do it anyway. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the results and then some upcoming matchups that we've got.
Tournament time. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Shaun.
all right. Well, obviously, we did have some results in the last week. The weather did play a problem, but since our last taping, Bellevue actually knocked off Vermillion 5-4 in 8 innings, and Bellevue was number 2 seed in that Division II bracket. Vermillion was number 8, so Vermillion put up a real nice fight there before they went down. In Division III, number 1 Independence beat number 4 Elyria Catholic 8-2 in a district semifinal at Avon Lake last Tuesday. Number 2 Wellington beat number 6 CVCA 15-12. Big old shootout in the other district semifinal.
Wild game.
Right. So those are the results. Then the matchups that are still going, whether at the time of taping or not, like I said, it's kind of hard now, depending on when you watch this video. Number 1 Elyria versus number 4 Midview in one Division I district semifinal. Number 2 Amherst versus number 3 Olmsted Falls in another one. Those will both be playing at Avon Lake. Number 1 Keystone at number 4 Firelands at a D2 district semifinal on Thursday. In Division III, number 1 Independence will now take on number 2 Wellington before the other one, and number 4 Columbia versus number 1 Hillsdale.
Wow. That's really cool.
I think I went a little bit over. I'm getting an air horn, I think, there. Or I got an air horn.
All right. Tournament time on the baseball side. Boy, it's going to be very interesting insofar as some of the matchups are concerned. We've got 2 Division I teams still alive on the tournament trail, and as Shaun said, that's as we tape this week's edition of Diamond Chat. But in Division I over at the Pipe Yard, boy, they've waited days and days to get these games in. Hats off to Brian Corey at Lorraine and his staff for trying their best to get the Pipe Yard playable. But Elyria and Amherst, we mentioned Amherst, number 1 in the state. They are still alive as far as that Division I tournament is concerned. District semifinals will feature Amherst taking on Olmsted Falls. They know each other well from the SWC. Elyria with a tough customer as they take on St. Ed's. In Division II, Firelands off an incredible district semifinal win. They'll be taking on Padua for the Division II district championship, so best of luck to the Firelands Falcons in Division II. In Division III, there are still 2 teams alive. The Elyria Catholic Panthers, boy, they demolished Villa Angela St. Joe 24-0 to win their sectional title. Panthers are still alive, as are the Wellington Dukes. And in Division IV, we mentioned Lake Ridge, ranked number 3 in the state of Ohio. They're still alive in their district. So good things happening on the baseball side, district level.
Glad I didn't get the only air horn on that one.
You see, Tim, I'm going to have to do a replay here to show you in slow motion. He actually pointed because I didn't start the timer. He pointed to make sure I started the timer on you.
So you really went over.
He really went over.
I saw that.
All right, so in another opportunity, but to hopefully get a chance to make you guys look foolish, let's try predictions. You know how I love predictions,
Wow.
and Tim loves to give them. So
yeah, this goes back to our football chats
Sure does.
over at Lorain County Community College. All right, predictions. Now, here's where you folks watching this week's edition of Diamond Chat certainly have a huge advantage over us because as you watch it, some of the results you may already know. But here's what we'll go with. In Division I baseball, I like Amherst to win that district. They've got their premier pitcher in Northeast Ohio, maybe one of the best players in the whole state, in Evan Shawver. Boy, when you've got a great arm like that, that can carry you. So I'll go with Amherst in Division I. All you Pioneer fans, don't get mad at me for that, but I'll go with Amherst. Maybe this is Firelands' year to win a district. Boy, they have been right on the cusp for so many years. So I'm rooting for the Falcons. I hope they can do it. So what the heck? I'll go with the home team. Firelands to win the district in Division II. In Division III, Elyria Catholic, as I alluded to earlier, they're state ranked. They're the number 1 seed. I saw them crush Villa Angela St. Joe. They've got a great pitcher in Jack Laird. So I could see EC winning that district. And I'll go with Lake Ridge in Division IV. I think Lorain County gets 4 teams out. I think we'll have 4 baseball teams go to the regionals.
Wow, that's impressive. Well, for my predictions, I'll start with the easy one first. I'm going to pick Keystone to win the Division II district.
That's a challenge.
Are you sure?
I think they're going to probably win that.
All
I
right.
think they're the heavy favorite. So I'm going to go with the safe one. Division I gets kind of dicey. I said from the beginning of the year, I think any of those 3 teams between Elyria, Midview, and Amherst could win that. If I'm going to have to pick, I'm going to have to go with Elyria. I mean, they're the defending Division I state champions. they're seeded number 1 in that district, and until somebody beats them, you got to go with the Pioneers. Not only that, but they have had some pretty impressive wins this year. They've knocked off the number 2 team in the nation. They've beaten some high-ranked state-level teams. I'm going to go with Leary to win that one. Division 3, which is Division 4, I have Columbia beaten against Hillsdale. If I have to pick, I would probably say Columbia might come up short in that one because Hillsdale is a pretty tough team.
They're really good.
And in Division 3, I'm going to pick Wellington with the upset over Independence, making their regional appearance.
Well, I'm going with the Lady Dukes and Coach Sunigal.
Yes.
All right. Boy, that'd be awesome.
It would be.
Yeah.
And then we'll have 3 on the softball side in the regionals, 4 in the baseball as our 7 teams moving on to regional competition. That'd be cool.
That would be very, very cool.
All right. Okay, so for our next segment, we're going to actually have to remember not to turn away. See this amateur broadcaster guy over here. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to split it up because each of you have a favorite thing. Shaun is Mr. Name Drop, and the station manager of WEOL, of course, likes to talk about WEOL.
Well, I'm very, very proud of the fact that WEOL is the only local radio station, and really one of few radio stations across the entire state of Ohio that goes out and covers these games. So whether it's on the radio station itself or on the WEOL mobile app, I should be holding up my cell phone right now, but boy, download that WEOL mobile app, or if you're on your desktop or if you're on your laptop, online on the website at weol.com. And I just want to say that if all of these teams go as far as we are predicting they go, we will have those games covered on WEOL and on the mobile app. On the softball side, from what Shaun alluded to, Division 1 would go out to Clyde. We would have that covered if it's a Lorain County team. Keystone out of Division 2 goes to Tiffin. We would have that covered. Division 3, if the Lady Dukes can get it done, we'll go down to Massillon. Columbia in Division 4, I'm trying to remember where they go. But if they were to somehow...
I think they're also Massillon, if I remember. I covered them last time in the regionals in Massillon.
If they were to surprise Hillsdale, we would have that covered. And over on the baseball side, Division 1 baseball goes to Bowling Green. WEOL will have that covered. Firelands also at BG. EC would go down to Massillon. We're going to have it all covered. So I did want to get that plug in because we love covering these kids on the spring side of things. There's no other radio station that does it. So radio-wise, mobile app-wise, website-wise, just keep it locked in. We'll have all these games covered.
So if people want to get updates on the schedules, where are they will they catch you on Twitter? They go to the EOL website?
All of the above. Well, you only said 2. It's not like there's a whole list of all. But, yes, well, number 1, you can listen. You're more than welcome to listen because we'll tell you exactly what games we'll be doing. But, yes, it will be on our website, weol.com. We will tweet it out. We'll have it on our Facebook page. So if you're a fan of any of the teams that are still alive as far as that tournament trail is covered one way or another, we will absolutely have those games on.
Great.
Yeah. Well, as far as softball performances go, I'm going to take advantage of Bruce being slow on that clock. Well, between weather and the fact that the postseason has started, not quite as many games, so the list isn't like crazy long like I normally have it.
You're not the Federal Express man this week?
We'll start with a couple of big pitching performances. Brianna Rivas of Oberlin had 13 strikeouts against Brooklyn and another 13 strikeouts against Brookside this week. Allison Bauscher of Columbia had 17 strikeouts in a Division IV sectional final against Our Lady of the Elms. So just wanted to mention them. As far as hitting, Sydney Simonson from Black River, 5 hits against Brooklyn this week, which was really important.
Wow.
Awesome. 4 hit games. Ashley Torbert of Avon versus Magnificat in a D1 sectional semifinal. Maddie Nunez of Keystone versus Rocky River in a D2 sectional final. Gracie Frey of Vermilion against Bellevue in a D2 sectional final. And Amber Weatherby of Wellington versus CVCA in a Division III district semifinal. Want to spend a few seconds on Maddie Nunez. In that game that I just mentioned, she went 4 for 4 with 4 home runs and 7 RBIs. Those 4 home runs tie a state record and set a Lorain County record. She also hit 2 home runs in an inning. She's the 4th Lorain County player to do that, including teammate Sammy Steffen from Keystone against Clearview in 2016, former teammate. She graduated last year. Amanda Berkson of Midview against Lakewood in 2013. Reagan Moiteret of Wellington against EC in 2012. And Berkson was the former LC record holder with 3 home runs in a game. So this is the first person to ever hit 4 home runs, and a softball player in a game as well. She also now has 64 RBIs this season, which sets a Lorain County record. As she passes former teammate Sammy Steffen, who had 60 in 2016, and Firelands Cassie Wilmoth, who had 60 in 1990. So unbelievable. Matty Nunez had just a crazy game. Obviously needs some special recognition for that game.
As my friend Tom Hamilton would say, a swing and a drive. 4 home runs in one game. That's amazing. Hats off. That's phenomenal.
And it kind of makes you wonder why Rocky River kept pitching to her.
Right.
2 would have been enough to have been like, okay, I'm not giving this girl anything hit. But after the 3rd one, I'm like, no, just intentional walk. I'm tired of this girl putting it over the fence. But they just kept throwing it to her, and she just kept hitting it out.
And no air horn on that one. You start talking state records, you don't get an air horn. That's free extra time.
Oh, that's awesome stuff.
Bonus time.
Yeah.
And I recommend going online and looking because Keystone posted a picture of her with the 4 softballs. It's awesome. She's holding the 4 softballs there with a big old grin on her face. It's pretty cool. It's something really, really special.
That is really cool. That's unbelievable. That's really neat.
I think I could probably find that picture.
I bet you can.
I bet it's going to be there when you right now. Boom, there it is.
Camera noise.
Okay, Bright Smile Award winner this week. It's going to be baseball, yes?
It is going to be baseball. And I'll tell you what, I think this is another really cool story because we mentioned earlier Firelands ranked number 3 in the state of Ohio in Division II. They've had an outstanding season, and yet they were teetering on the brink of seeing that great season come to a crashing end in their district semifinal ball game against Rocky River. They were down 8-7 with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 7th inning. They were down to their final out of the year. And I'm going to go with 2 guys as far as the bright smile is concerned because I'm sure it brought a bright smile to their faces and into head coach Dan Ransom's face. So with 2 down, nobody on, Jacob Mullins from Firelands rips a double to keep the game alive and keep their season alive. Up steps Aaron Myers for Firelands. He falls behind in the count at 1-2. They're down to their final strike of the year. For their year to end, they're the number 1 seed. Aaron Myers, in a 2-strike count, rips an RBI single to score Mullins, keep the game alive, keep the season alive. They end up coming back to win the game 9-8 in 8 innings. I'll tell you what, that's a bright smile performance from both Jacob Mullins and Aaron Myers to keep that game alive and to keep the season alive. And as we mentioned earlier, now they're in the district championship game against Padua. So I'm sure it brought a bright smile to all the Firelands fans that were there as well. That's a great story.
Yeah, and a performance like that's always fun anytime. But in the district,
tournament time,
and it's one and done type situation. That's big. And I do want to piggyback on the bright smile moment just to kind of give a smile to baseball players and softball players who I saw at the Lorain County Special Olympics last Friday out at Ely Stadium in Elyria. They were there volunteering. My son's nonverbal autistic, so he competes in events out there. And I saw a lot of, covering softball, I saw a lot of familiar faces. I saw girls from Midview, North Ridgeville, Wellington, a lot of the county teams out there. So I just want to, tip my hat and bright smile and all those good things to those athletes out there. I saw wrestlers, obviously, because I know wrestlers as well, out there volunteering their day, volunteering their time to, help with the athletes and help run that event.
And, of course, so often during these Diamond Chats and during the wrestling show and the football show, we talk about these athletes and their exploits. They are great kids. They are phenomenal young adults. So as you go out there and you watch these kids on the diamond or, again, on the mat, the hardwood, the football field, whatever it may be, keep in mind Lorain County has great young adults, and that really is a great story of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to make this the world's longest bright smile, I'm going to add on to this and I'm going to brag about my son who was just commissioned as a 2nd lieutenant in the United States Air Force.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
very much.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing I noticed. They did a slideshow for the 9 kids who were being commissioned as 2nd lieutenants, and on almost every single one of those kids, they had videos or photos of them with their teams involved in team sports.
Absolutely.
So that comes right back to what you just said.
Every
cool.
coach will tell you that athletics, no matter what sport it is, teaches you teamwork, teaches you respect for others. I mean, you have to work with these kids, meaning teammates, for a whole season. You've got to learn to get along and learn to respect one another and appreciate the differences and the similarities that you have. And so it's athletics is a great life lesson type of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Leadership, I mean, all that stuff
all that.
is built through sports, and and hats off to him as
Yes,
a Army veteran. I love seeing any kind of military reference. So if we can get one of those in the Diamond Shed every now and again, hoo-ah.
I think I'll have a picture for that too.
Awesome.
Sean, we'll have to get your picture, and we'll share your picture from when you looked a little different.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to start reminiscing and having our own side conversation. I guess we better wrap this up. So let's talk about the last thing we need to do, and I'm just going to give it to you right here. This may be the best one yet. No pressure, Tim. I think you have time to do more, but this is a good one.
Yeah, we only have a couple left. So, we did the walk-off segment this week. We kind of flipped it around a little bit, did something different. It's not one subject in our walk-off video, it's two. We did the walk-off with Elyria Catholic sophomores, twin sisters, Kaylee and Stephanie Griffin. And I don't tell you this in the video, so as you're about to watch the walk-off segment, I put them in alphabetical order. So Kaylee is on the left, Stephanie is on the right. I believe Stephanie's wearing a white ball cap, just so you don't confuse them, because believe me, you will. If you don't know them well, you're not going to be able to tell which one's which. But a lot of fun. They're fun. They're bubbly. It was a good interview.
It's a great segment. Yes, I've seen it already. So it's a lot of fun.
We'll steal a little bit from Shaun. It was good because of the girls. Shaun had, they were just incredible. They were such great kids.
I was just there laughing at all their funny parts. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So
okay, guys.
You'll enjoy walk-off. So that's coming up next. In the meantime, Bruce Bishop, thanks to you. Shaun, thanks to you. I'm on vacation next week, so Andy Bolbarge from AM 930 WEOL will be sitting in this chair, but I have one more show after that, so we'll see you in a couple of weeks on Diamond Chat. So until then, once again, we thank you all so much for watching. The numbers have been terrific. Walk-off is up next, and thank you very much for tuning in to this week's edition of Diamond Chat.
Let's see if it's recording. It is recording. Okay. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're here with the Elyria Catholic sophomores, Kaylee and Stephanie Griffin. Welcome to the walk-off segment for our Diamond Chat show. So you guys are twins. So I guess one of the questions you guys hear a lot, and we'll start with it, is who's the oldest?
She is.
By how much?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay. All right. We're gonna just ask some fun questions. Some of them will be softball related. Some will be just kind of goofy and stuff like that. Okay. Let's start with another fun one. Who takes the longest to get ready in the morning?
She does. No. Definitely her. No. Definitely her. She's always last in the car.
Okay. All right. Let's see this one. All right. Besides softball uniforms, when's the last time you guys wore matching outfits?
Twins Festival. Yeah. When we were like in second grade.
Second grade? Yeah. Was that the one down in like Twinsburg?
Yeah.
Have you guys gone to that multiple times, or?
We did when we were younger. But
when younger? Don't go anymore?
No.
Okay. Okay, let's ask each of you guys some questions. Let's start with just tell me what each other's favorite music group is.
Music group? A group? Okay, just
or music, yeah. Performer or group?
I don't know your favorite. I don't know your favorite.
No? Okay. Just tell me your each's then. This will be a surprise to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Shoot. I've been listening to country lately, so I'm gonna go Sam Hunt or someone. I'm gonna go with J. Cole right now.
Okay. Let's say, besides the ones I've already asked, what's the silliest question you guys have ever been asked about being twins?
Can we feel each other's pain? Yeah. And they punch me. No, I cannot feel what Kaylee feels. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Giving one word adjective, what would be the best way to describe each other? You
Annoying.
Oh,
lazy.
Annoying and lazy. Woo. What's your favorite fast food?
Wendy's. Oh yeah, Wendy's.
Wendy's?
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite or just latest movie you've seen?
Avengers, the new Avengers movie.
The Infinity War?
Yeah. It's good. Yeah, Avengers.
Yeah? Did you guys see it together?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, how about some softball related questions? Who has the strongest arm?
I say me, just because I played outfield for a while, but Kaylee's throws are more accurate than mine.
Okay. What about best in the box?
Kaylee. Yeah, definitely. If she's down in the count, she's probably going to at least put it in play.
Okay. Fastest on the base pass?
Stephanie. Yeah.
All right. Have you guys ever been mistaken for each other?
All the time.
All the time.
When I hear Kaylee, I just turn around. Yeah, because I know Stephanie. I don't know who they're talking to.
All right, what about on the flip side? Have you ever pretended to be each other?
Yeah, in second grade, actually, we switched classes.
Okay. What's your favorite softball team? You guys have always played on the same softball teams, right?
Always.
What's your favorite softball team? And it can be different answers if you want, but what's your favorite softball team been so far?
For like college?
No, I mean,
like we played on?
Yeah, that you've played on.
Travel count?
Yeah.
I'd say we played with the Leary softball with Bennett, our coach, and that was just good girls overall. And Bennett's like our teammates coach. Are like we have some teammates like AP and them, like they're just really good people, and like we've been together for like 5 years, so like they're my favorite people to play with. So.
And let's wrap it up with what's been your favorite just softball related memory?
13 in the game last year as freshman. We might have lost, but it was a good game. I was called out going home in the bottom of the 7th. But it was a good game. Yeah, hoping to get back. Hoping to get back to regional semifinals and making it to the finals.
All right. Well, awesome. It's been a great segment. Thanks so much for being on our Diamond Chat this week.
Thank you for having us.